Why I refused to let a teacher silence my classmate Mr. Harrison was running the final presentations for our public speaking elective when he called up a girl named Maya, who has severe verbal apraxia, a condition where her brain knows exactly what to say, but her speech muscles won't cooperate, meaning she relies on a text-to-speech tablet to communicate. Her tech assistant had called in sick, leaving Maya completely stranded and terrified at the front of the room, so because my younger brother uses the exact same software, I walked up and offered to cue her slides while she typed her responses. Mr. Harrison immediately crossed his arms, his expression tightening, as he loudly announced that this was a public speaking class, and using a machine to talk was essentially cheating the assignment. Maya froze, her fingers trembling above the screen, but I kept my voice steady, and explained that this device was her voice, and it was a legally approved accommodation. He took a step closer, slamming his grade book onto the desk, and snapped that if she couldn't speak like a normal student, she didn't belong in a college prep class. The room went dead silent, the kind of heavy quiet where you can hear the clock ticking, but instead of backing down, I reached over and pressed the next button on her interface, causing the tablet to loudly broadcast her opening thesis statement. Mr. Harrison's face turned purple, as he pointed a finger at the exit, and growled that if I didn't step away from that toy, both of us would be suspended for insubordination. I looked at Maya, saw the humiliation in her eyes instantly shift into fierce determination, and I refused to move an inch. Before he could scream again, the door swung open, and Mrs. Vance, the director of student accessibility, walked in with the vice principal, because a student in the back had secretly texted them a live audio feed of the confrontation. Mrs. Vance looked at Mr. Harrison with an icy calmness, holding up Maya's federally protected education plan, and quietly informed him that denying a vital accommodation was a massive legal violation, and his remarks were completely unacceptable. He tried to stammer out an excuse, but 30 students just stared back in total silence, until the vice principal firmly ordered him to leave immediately. The substitute who took over 10 minutes later didn't say a word about the tablet, and after the bell rang, Maya caught up to me in the hallway, typed a message, and pressed play, causing the device to say, "You didn't let him silence me." But then, she looked up at me with tears in her eyes, and whispered a shaky, but perfectly clear, verbal, "Thank you." It was the only word I ever heard her speak out loud, and it is something I will honestly never forget.